Hey boys and girls, it is day 2 of creating our nonfiction book. You should have already on your nonfiction book student copy created a title and of course put your name for the author. Now you should have used your notes from the last 2 weeks when we've been taking notes on our nonfiction book topic. Remember, you can add a picture, you do not have to. Table of contents. On day 1, I did the first section, and I did it on habitat. Today, I'm going to use my notes from before on my day 2 of when we were taking notes. I had my day 2 writing note-taking. I wrote about diet, what they eat. And I'm going to use my notes here. It doesn't look like a lot, but I need to make at least 5 sentences to tell about what frogs eat. Now remember, this section is only about what they eat. I should not be talking about where they live or what they look like or any other facts. So I'm going to highlight this section or delete it. Now I can put what frogs eat, diet, lunchtime, dinner time, any kind of thing that relates to food. So I'm going to say lunchtime. Lunchtime. So now this is section 2. So I'm going to scroll down. Now whatever I put here, I'm going to label my section. So lunchtime I know means about their food, their diet, what they eat. I'm going to see what I did before. Yep, here's section 2. So I'm going to put lunchtime. Now here is where I'm going to do my text, my information. I'm going to teach you, whoever is reading this, about frogs and what they eat. So first off, I'm going to indent. I'm going to click the tab because we always want to start off with our paragraph. Now I'm going to look back at my notes. Now remember, if you need to, you can go back and look in the books that you've read to help you. Please do not copy exactly what the book said. I want you to use your own words. So we know frogs eat lots of insects, dragonflies, other bugs. So I'm going to start off by saying, frogs eat many types of insects, period. Now I'm going to give an example of some of the insects that they eat, which is what I read about, dragonflies, crickets. For example, dragonflies, crickets, and other types of bugs, period. Frogs even eat worms. Now, since this is a nonfiction book, I'm thinking of books that I've read that are nonfiction teach me about a topic. Sometimes there's questions. Guess what? They even eat small frogs and mice. I'm going to do exclamation mark, like frogs can eat other frogs and they eat mice. When I picture a frog, I think of this little tiny thing. But what I've learned was that there's many types of frogs. And mice can be different sizes too. So let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I have 5 sentences, but I still have more I can write about to teach you guys about frogs. Now I can talk about how they catch bugs. That goes along with what they eat. That makes sense to go into lunchtime. Oops. Make sure I'm clicking the right spot. Frogs have a long, sticky tongue. Now remember, you want to give as many details as you can because you're teaching somebody about this topic. To help them catch insects. Now, also something that I remember that I read, I didn't have it in my notes, but frogs don't always start out eating insects and bugs and dragonflies. Do you remember what they ate when they were tadpoles, the baby frogs. I'm going to write that down. When frogs are in the tadpole stage, they eat algae. Now, I'm going to make this a bold word because that might be a word someone doesn't know. And I'm going to add that to my glossary in just a few minutes. So I'm going to reread and see if I have at least 5 sentences. If all my facts, my sentences, are on the same topic, talking about what frogs eat or how they eat it. So you want to make sure you're going back and rereading to make sure, does this make sense? Does my sentence sound complete? Okay, lunchtime. Frogs eat many types of insects. For example, dragonflies, crickets, and other types of bugs. Okay, that went along with what they eat. Frogs even eat worms. Guess what? They even eat small frogs and mice. Frogs have a long, sticky tongue to help them catch insects. Okay, that tells me how they catch the insects to eat. When frogs are in the tadpole stage, they eat algae. That also tells me what the baby frogs do, because sometimes the babies and adults can eat different things. Okay, since now that I've reread my section, I have more than 5 paragraphs, I'm going to add algae, since I put it into a bold word, to my glossary. So I'm going to scroll down. Now remember, sometimes when we start to type, these don't go into the top of the page. We can just click backspace. You can see the page breaks. This is a new page. I want my glossary just on its own page. You can pick a box. You can go left or right or up and down. I'm going to put algae right here. Okay. Now algae, I know this word, so I don't have it down in my notes, but I remember what the definition was. And I can put it into my own words. Small plants or living things. So just because we know these words already doesn't mean we shouldn't have them in our glossary. Remember, this book is teaching somebody else about frogs. So when you are doing your book, think about what are some words that you learned when you were reading this book, or some expert words that someone might not know much about, and add them to your glossary. Other words could be like predator, prey. Maybe there's an adaptation on your animal. Gills, lungs, blubber. Think about what words go along with your animal. I can scroll back up to the top, and if I want to, I can reread. And that's all we are doing for today. So today you're creating just your section 2. And make sure you're scrolling down to where the 2 is. And you're going to type. Please, again, leave the font size and the font how it already is set up, but you can change your title and your section. Remember, your information, your sentences you're creating have to go with your section. Today, if you're talking about habitat or what the animal looks like, please make sure you're only doing facts about that topic. I'm here if you guys have any questions. Have fun creating your section 2. I can't wait to read it. Bye, boys and girls.